I think the cool thing about the Bay Area now, I mean, tech gets a lot of play, and that's deserved. But the other thing that I think that's changed is that the biotech companies have become sufficiently concentrated at this point that that it itself is like another. It has momentum now, whereas back in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was still a relatively small number of companies that were really out there doing stuff. Like Genentech was still, on its initial kind of like ascent into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
And it hadn't quite gotten to be the massive behemoth it is now. So it was early days back then too. So, but now it's cool because you meet a lot more scientists than I remember meeting back in the day, just out and about, like in the neighborhood, walking the dog around my neighborhood. There's a pretty good chance you're bumping to another scientist.
Are you close to South San Francisco then, over there?
So I'm in the southeast corner of San Francisco.
Okay.
So kind of over towards the new Warriors Stadium.
Yeah.
And so like with our neighborhood, it's so close to the highway that anybody that works in South City or points beyond, like this is a great like jumping off point for getting down there. Caltrain is down here, so it does, I think, pull a lot of people that have Peninsula, South San Francisco commutes, which tends to select for people in our line of work.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. Like, what's the number? Like 20 or 30,000 scientists working at the biotechs in South San Francisco. There.
Oh my God, I hadn't even tried to imagine what the number is like. That's
so. Someone told it to me when I came here. It must have been maybe someone at HR at Calico or something like that. But maybe even cab driver. I don't know. Someone was saying it, and it's growing. It's at least 20,000. Might be 20,000 just at Genentech.
Yeah,
like
I think that's
30,000 in the city, looking to grow. I think another 20,000 in the next 5 or 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it does seem like it's growing.
It's a lot more vibrant now. It's just biology and science is permeating through the culture. Maybe picking up a little bit of the slack that the arts kind of left behind. So.